Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a review on a new release from Broadway Limited Imports, and this is their Paragon 4 Baldwin Centipede AA set. As you can see, they come in this nice new white packaging from Broadway, and just describing the box, it is a thinner cardboard, so not as thick as we would usually expect from Broadway, but the presentation is certainly quite nice. As you can see, we have the logo Paragon 4 with the Rolling Thunder effect. So spinning the box around, if you can see there, you have the centipedes made by Baldwin, and it is 2 A units, and we have them under the Union Pacific with numbers 1600 and 1601, and obviously they come in the famous yellow and grey. But without wasting any more time, we'll just try slip the top off like so. And firstly, we're presented with the standard operator's manual, so all your CVs, functions, DC, DCC, all the things you would need to know about the model. And then here, a unique slip for the centipedes. As you can see, these are the drawbars, or how to install them. And that is if you want to connect both locomotives together. And then other than that, we just have once again a list of the functions. So we have up to 28 functions, and we are sure to test some of these out when we put the locomotives on the track. But removing this foam layer, straight away we have the centipedes. They are very grand locomotives, as you can see, and I think we'll get them out and take a closer look at them. So as you can see now, we've unwrapped both of the locomotives, and just before we do that, I just need to mention some of the accessories, and of course here we have the drawbar installation if you wish to install that, and then we have some stairs and other accessories. There you go. So looking at the locomotives themselves, of course Union Pacific never did actually own a pair of Baldwin Centipedes. This is a fantasy scheme, although they did actually order them, but ended up cancelling that order. But regardless of that, these locomotives look really nice in this UP scheme. They are built with a plastic shell, but I do believe the chassis is die cast, so it has a fair bit of weight to it. If you can see in the light, the detail is quite nice, a lot of molded detail and a few separately applied details here and there. The paint scheme seems to be quite crisp. The truck detail is pretty good, although I will say the colour of the trucks seems a bit, just seems a bit off. It's not as nice as you would think in person, at least. I'm sure on the camera it looks rather fine, but in person I do think this grey is a bit too light and just not as pleasant, but regardless, that is just a little subjective opinion. But looking at the back there, further detail, of course, it comes with knucklehead couplers, and this is where you would install the drawbar. And of course, in order to turn, these models are very articulated, as you can see, so they will make around quite a few turns, although it won't be very pleasant to look at. But other than that, there is not too much else I have to say about these locomotives, but they are certainly quite nice looking. Sorry for the lighting, it is a bit dim in here, so hopefully we'll get some better lighting in the future. But there is a detailed cab with some engineers. Of course we have headlights, number lights, I believe there's some marker lights there as well. So yeah, really nice locomotives. I believe Broadway made these once before, but it has been quite a while since then. And yeah, I think we'll waste no more time and get these onto the track and see how they run. So that wraps up our review on Broadway's new Baldwin Centipedes. Overall, it is a very unique and interesting locomotive that is not the most practical to run, but is certainly quite the delight to have on a layout, and is definitely an eye catcher, especially in this fantasy scheme. As soon as we put it on the track, the set is already programmed to run in the form that you see it. So that is a interesting plus that we certainly appreciate. But other than that, the sound is amazing. The speakers, I believe, are quite large in these locomotives, so you can definitely hear the sound quite clearly. The lighting is quite nice. Obviously everything's up to Broadway Limited's caliber, so there are no issues that we have with this locomotive thus far. So yeah, really nice locomotive, definitely recommendable, especially if you have a large layout with not as tight turns as we have. But yeah, we still really like this locomotive set. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.